Let's multiply rational expressions. When we're multiplying fractions, we multiply straight across. We're not doing any cross multiplication because there's no equal sign in the middle. We just multiply straight across. So here, if I multiply this, I get 2b cubed x squared y in the numerator, and I get 4a b x y in the denominator. Since there's no addition or subtraction, we're going to look to cancel. 2 and the 4 will simplify to 1 over 2. A is just going to remain in the denominator. B cubed over b means I'm left with b squared in the numerator. X squared over x, I'm left with x in the numerator. And the y cancels out with the y. So I'm left with 1 b squared x in the numerator and 2 a in the denominator. There's my fully simplified expression. And while this next problem looks uglier, it's the same thing. However, first we're going to factor it. Factor whatever we can factor. Then we're going to multiply. And then we're going to simplify. So if we do that, we get x minus 7 over 2x minus 1 times x minus 2. And that fraction is being multiplied to 2x minus 1 in the numerator. And x plus 2 is also in the numerator. X minus 7. And x plus 3. Now, we just write this as one giant fraction. So I'm going to just connect the two fractions and make it a giant fraction. Why waste space? And then I look for any factors that are in the numerator and any factors that are in the denominator and cancel them out. X minus 7 with x minus 7, for instance, and the 2x minus 1 with the 2x minus 1. Anything left over is our answer. X plus 2 over x minus 2 times x plus 3. Don't bother multiplying things back out. You'll more likely to make a mistake and then it'll be incorrect. Just leave it factored, leave it like that. It's perfect as is. Dividing is just like multiplying, however we have to add one extra step before we start factoring things. First, we want to flip. When I say flip, we flip the second fraction over because dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by the fraction's reciprocal, and the reciprocal is just the fraction flipped over. So first we're going to flip it, then we're going to factor it, and then we'll do, as we did before, multiply and simplify. So multiply and simplify. So flipping that second fraction over, we get a squared minus 4a plus 3 over a plus 2. By flipping it, we now turn it into multiplication. A plus b is in the numerator, and a squared minus a minus 6 is in the denominator. Now we factor everything. So we get a minus 3 and a minus 1 in the numerator of the first fraction over a plus 2 in the denominator of the first fraction. We multiply that with a plus b in the numerator of the second fraction, and a minus 3 and a minus 2 in the denominator. Again, just make this one giant fraction because we're multiplying straight across anyway. You could just make it a giant fraction. And if we do that, a minus 3 cancels out with a minus 3, and that looks like it's it. So a minus 1 times a plus b in the numerator, and a plus 2 times a minus 2 in the denominator. There is your divided fraction. Finally, if we have multiple expressions like this, what we want to do is take them from left to right. So, first, I would flip this second fraction over, then I'll factor and multiply everything straight across and get everything done. So we get x squared minus 1 over x plus 2, this time times, flipping the fraction, x minus 2 times x plus, or over x plus 1, and we're still multiplying by that last fraction, x squared minus 4 over x minus 1. The only two expressions we can factor are here and here. They're both difference of squares. So we get x plus 1 and x minus 1. And then that's going to be multiplied to x minus 2. That's going to be multiplied by the factors of these, x plus 2 and x minus 2. Since we're multiplying, I'm just multiplying and factoring in one giant step. In the denominator, we get x plus 2 times x plus 1 times x minus 1. Let's see what we get left over with. X plus 2 cancels with x plus 2. X plus 1 cancels with x plus 1. X minus 1 cancels with x minus 1. We're left with x minus 2 times x minus 2, which is the same thing as saying x minus 2 squared. Either of these will be valid answers. Just this is a little more consolidated than the other one is.